Hello you guys, welcome to my channel, Fran's Fresh Start in Chiang Mai. It's a rainy day in Chiang Mai today and I don't feel like going out when it rains. The weather kind of reflects how I feel, which is gloomy. And the reason why I'm feeling gloomy is because the guy that I was talking to online in the past 3 weeks turned out to be fake. I went through a process called love bombing. What does love bombing means? It's basically very intense emotional communication. Very soon, too soon, the guy is expressing his love for you and future together and all of that, and bombarding you with so much compliments and romance and everything when we have not even spent time together or met. Everything is virtual here. And at first, obviously, like every woman loves to hear all those beautiful words. That was created by ChatGPT, no less. I know this ChatGPT because I use it myself. And I wanted to believe it because it's just so beautiful. And for me, like I said in my previous vlogs about a month ago, I'm starting to feel that I want to be in a relationship, to experience love again. That solo life is becoming a little bit boring after a year. I think I've been solo like 2 years now, so I started to wonder how it feels to be in a committed relationship right here in Chiang Mai. In Israel, I've been in many relationships. I had no problem getting a date, and a lot of the guys that I've been in relationship for the past many years, I met them online, especially in Tinder. Israeli guys, they tend not to fake about their identity. Okay, personality differences, that's another thing, right? But when we match, they don't usually fake their identity. They right away share with me their Facebook page or LinkedIn or any of that. So I didn't have to worry if the guy was for real. But here in Chiang Mai, ever since I start using Tinder, the worldwide Tinder here, I experienced, this is not the first time I've experienced something like this. I also talked about this in the previous vlog where I encountered a scammer who pretended to be this millionaire working in an energy site or whatever, American, and when I insisted that I want to talk with him or on a video call, he always had a great excuse to get away from it. And later on, eventually this guy, I insisted that I want to see your passport because he didn't have any social media or anything like that. He eventually sent me his passport. And then I even heard his voice actually, eventually. Because this guy didn't want to give up on me even though I blocked him. So he used another number to reach out, and anyway, turns out that his voice, his accent was totally not American. I mean, this guy's supposed to be Native American. It doesn't have a single American accent. And even the chat was really not, perfect English, American English. So for the second time, I blocked him, and I'm glad that was over. Recently, about 3 weeks ago, I met another guy, which I talked about in my last vlog. And this time was a little bit more believable because immediately we had a FaceTime and we talked. It wasn't just chat. The only thing that was kind of unusual for me is that he kept using ChatGPT. Well, not at the beginning, but like after a week later. All the messages, all the romantic words and everything was totally created by ChatGPT, was perfect. So I felt a little bit awkward about that. But I said, you know what? I use ChatGPT too, sometimes. So that was okay. But why am I saying it was a love bombing? Because he wasn't consistent. I caught him in several times. His story at the beginning and the story later was not consistent. And he definitely had a European accent. And when I asked him about his accent, he said that he immigrated to the States 12 years ago from Florence, Italy, and wasn't quite Italian accent, but it was definitely European. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna believe him. He says that his work doesn't allow him to have social media or LinkedIn because he works with government. That should have been a red flag at the beginning, but I just, let it slide because I guess deep inside I really wanted to believe, that not everybody is fake. I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt. So I played this communication, this game, getting to know each other process for about 3 weeks. And during this time, he said he had business in Berlin, Germany, and I asked him to send me some photos from there. And the first photo was believable, but the second photo, which he showed me, was not. He said he took a picture in Victoria Column in Berlin, and the tower looked a little bit similar, but not quite. Definitely not Victoria Column in Berlin. Come on, guys, scammers out there. There's Google, there's ChatGPT, there's AI. You cannot just fake a location unless you're talking to somebody who is totally low tech and doesn't know any technology. I've been working in IT for decades, all right? You can't fool someone like me. So basically I caught him off guard. And then I insisted that day that I wanted to have a FaceTime, and even his image in the video call and the image in the picture were not exactly the same. It looks similar, but not exactly the same. But I don't really care about that because everybody use, photo edit, that's okay. But the location was really troubling me, and his accent. And while we were speaking on the video call, I asked him, oh, so you must speak fluent Italian. Can you speak to me in Italian? And he says, no, I can't because my parents are typical Americans, and they brought me to America when I was 9 months old. So that story from the beginning was just not consistent, right? So how come you have such a European accent and not American? I mean, you basically, grew up there all your life. And his explanation was that he mimics the person he speaks with. So he mimics the accent of the person he speaks with, so he can basically adjust his accent to European or Chinese, Thai, Japanese, whatever. It depends on the person he's speaking with. And that explanation, it did not make sense for me because I don't have European accent. I may be a little closer to American accent, but definitely I don't have a European accent, right? So, okay, so I'm just telling myself, okay, this is not right. But I didn't want to say anything at that point. I didn't want to spoil the momentum that we were having at that night. We were having this video call and we were exchanging, feelings, romance, whatever, and it was okay. It was great. But the next morning when I woke up, it was clear. It was clear that this guy is not genuine, is not who he claims he is, and everything that happened in the past 3 weeks was classic love bombing. You guys can look it up. What's the definition of love bombing? Basically, it's manipulation of emotion. That is what love bombing is about. And a lot of online scammers use love bombing tactics in order to blindside the person. If it's a woman or man, doesn't matter. And then once the emotion is intact, that's when the next stage is basically money. You know, like, I'm stuck, I'm hurt, I'm in the hospital, I need money, I have problems taking money from my bank account, whatever. You know, there will be some issues suddenly showing up. And that will be the last stage of the love bombing process. But luckily, I wasn't in love with the guy. I mean, obviously not, because how can I be in love with a guy we haven't even met the guy? Although he insists that he fell in love with me and he cannot live his life without me and blah, blah, blah. You know, these are all created by ChatGPT. So anyway, never let your emotion cloud your judgment and your perception of what's really going on in reality, okay? Especially if you guys are on dating apps, you have to be very, very careful who you're talking with, okay? Not everybody's genuine. I've had a couple of bad experiences recently in Tinder, but I've had also amazing experiences with dating app. I've met a lot of great guys, which we are still friends for years, decades, you know, because I've been in dating sites since the late 1990s. It's just easier for me to meet guys because, you know, the old school way of randomly meeting people, that didn't really work for me in Israel because I rarely go out by myself. I rarely walk in the street. I'm always in my car or a job or a country club or whatever. And I just didn't find, it was difficult for me, you know, if I think back. It was very difficult for me to have that special chemistry randomly. I mean, I could go out somewhere and guys would hit on me, but then I don't feel the same way about that guy. You know, he might be interested in me, but I'm not interested with him. But with dating apps, I have the power to choose who I want to engage with. That's why I believe I was more into dating through dating apps or websites rather than just meeting people randomly. So I do have a lot of experience. I don't know if it's fortunate or unfortunate. The point I'm trying to make is that I've had really great experience in dating apps. Also here in Chiang Mai, I mean, when I first arrived here a year ago, I discovered this app called Bumble, and through Bumbles I made a lot of friends. Nothing serious happened, you know, I made friends, that's it. But my experience with Tinder recently is not that great, all right? A lot of fakes and love bombers and online scammers, you know, whatever. I mean, this happened to me twice. So I'm not trying to disqualify dating apps. Don't take me wrong. I'm just saying that you guys have to be careful with these kind of signs. So that's it. I am not giving up in hopes that one day I will find that special person that maybe I could spend the rest of my life. I am not giving up that hope. And this experience is not going to discourage me at all. Okay, it's just an experience. I'm just taking it as an experience. And I hope that my experience can help some of you guys out there who are solo and you want to meet somebody through dating apps. So this is my way of sharing my experience with you, so it may help some of you guys who are watching my channel. So thank you for watching. Kapunka. And I hope you guys are enjoying. Please enjoy the rest of the week, wherever you may be. And I will see you on the next one. Take care and adios. I'll see you guys later. All right. Bye.
Human nature, the true face. In the corners of the city, who can see through another's heart? Behind fake smiles, how many secrets and shadows lurk? Brothers say always support, yet turn and stab you in the back. Before we get even, friendship becomes fragile. We're trapped in contradictions and illusions.